Hi, I'm Kabir Bedi. This is a very special occasion for me because I'm talking for the first time to readers. And all of you who are here today for this session mean a lot to me because all of you ordered my book in the pre-order stage. So I must thank you for that. And I must say that you're also very blessed because you were selected from among all the pre-orders to come and be here today and have this conversation with me. And I value this greatly because I've talked to lots of critics and lots of events and lots of bookstores, but I haven't actually sat and talked to readers, not just reviewers, readers. And you are readers who took the trouble to pre-order. So it becomes especially important for me to talk to all of you and to know what you think, what you feel, and share this moment with me. So thank you for that. Let me start with Gurmeet. Gurmeet, can I chat with you?
Sir, good afternoon. Good evening, sorry. Yeah.
Hi, Gurmeet. How lovely to talk to you. Thank you for pre-ordering the book.
Yeah. And thank you for having me on the show. I mean, being the first on the list of readers, especially.
Gurmeet, where are you speaking from? Which part of the country are you right now?
Yeah, I live in Shillong in the Northeast. I'm based in, Have you been to Shillong, towards the Northeast?
I went to Guwahati for the film festival, for the Filmfare Awards.
Right,
and Shillong is a place that I certainly want to come to because I hear it has a very beautiful lake and a very beautiful environment out there. So I really look forward to coming in and being there one day. I've always wanted to come to Shillong. But tell me, Gurmeet, I'm really interested to know what you thought about me before you ordered the book and whether reading the book has changed your image of me in any way.
To go a bit further back, I had seen you at the Jaipur Literature Festival a couple of years back.
Okay, got it.
You had walked past me and I don't know, your persona as such, was so magnetic and somehow I could identify with you. I don't know, in a vibrational level, perhaps.
Thank you. Right possible.
Then, coming across an earlier review of your book to be released at a later date, the image of you on the cover. And somehow it just reached out to me and I would say even reading through the book, the entire book is so relatable, actually. So, I follow a bit of meditation myself. I practice a bit of chakra meditation. And moreover, following your life's journey through Burma, Delhi, and the entire journey. So, I don't know, I could identify with it, to a good extent. That's right. So,
how wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything about me that surprised you?
Well, the first was the Beatles, I must say. We love our music here in Shillong. So,
Right.
Yeah, that was quite something. And then beyond that, the letter written by your mother to your dad's brother, that really touched me. It was written in such earnest, It was a beautiful letter, very rare to come across. Something written with such sincerity. So that kind of reached out to me a lot. As well as, if I can just add on, your son Siddharth, his life and, having a computer background, software professional. My son is also working across he's working across in the States. And he himself is a computer professional. He's about 24. So, I could really identify on all those levels, different levels.
I can see why you would. I can see why you would.
Yeah. So it was very uncanny read, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you, Gurmeet. Thank you so much. I have others I must talk to, but I must say how touched I am to talk to you and to know that you followed my career and remembered me from the Jaipur Festival. I am so glad that you pre-ordered my book, read it, And again, we're able to share this moment of togetherness.
It's indeed a very special moment. That's it.
Thank you, Gurmeet. I'm going to have to ask now Meenu to join us, and thank Gurmeet for his questions. Meenu.
It's a great honor to share this space with you, especially as a writer, because I'm a writer myself. So it's
you're a
great
writer.
honor.
Wow.
I just my 7th book came out in May this year. So yeah.
I'm talking to a 7-book writer. I'm a debut author, so
No.
I have to bow to your seniority in this.
No,
Thank you.
I have to applaud you for writing such an honest, authentic book. I think it's an act of great service you've done for everyone, because it's very rare. People don't know how to talk honestly about themselves and being authentic. And I think hats off to you. And you come across as flawsome in the book, flawed yet awesome. And I think that's a great thing.
Well, that's the story. That's the story. We're all human beings. We're on this planet together. None of us is perfect.
True.
We've all had great moments of triumph and great moments of tragedy, and we've made milestones, but there's mistakes also. So,
perfection is boring.
The only way to tell it is to tell it the way it was.
Yes.
With my frailties, with my and then I have the freedom to talk about other people's frailties. That gives me the freedom to talk about theirs, if I'm honest about my own.
True.
And
absolutely.
So, is there anything you learned in the book about me that surprised you? Because obviously you knew something about me if you pre-ordered the book. So,
I have been a big fan of yours. Some Sandokan days, I mean, we just looked up to you. It's a big fan moment, and the hottest guy around, and how it is. But I think everything about the book surprised me. I think the way you expressed yourself with so much sincerity, and I think you bear a part of your soul, and I, as a reader, feel very honored to be able to see that part of you. I think it's a great honor, because I know it's not easy being a writer myself, to bear a part of your soul in front of the entire world, for them to see and judge and pass comments. It's not easy.
Right.
But I think the fact that you did it.
Yeah, it's not easy, but at the same time, for me, it was the only way, because at this stage in my life, if I'm going to talk about my life, I have to tell it like I saw it. I have to tell my truth in my way, warts and all, but tell my story, because, in a strange way, nobody knows my entire story. Some people know my American story, some people know my Italian story, some people know, some people know one aspect of my personal life, somebody knows another. So this is a way of sort of putting it all together and then saying, this is the story, guys. I'm sharing it with you. I hope you can relate to it in some way, and I hope that you can share that experience with me, as well as draw your own lessons of things that I should or shouldn't have done. Because
it's very cathartic. I think the book also for you must have been a catharsis, because it's very important to write.
It was.
Yeah.
It was cathartic.
And your story. Yeah, and your storyteller archetype is out there. I can see it so clearly. The way you write about everything, and it's so illuminating. Actually, it is.
Thank you for that, Neil. Thank you so much, and I'm very glad to have this conversation with you. Which part of the country are you coming from?
I shifted to India just 4 years back. I was in the Middle East in Dubai for more than a decade. So I'm in Gurgaon right now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm always curious where people are talking to me from.
Born and brought up in Delhi. So
yeah. Okay. Just make sure, that all the bookstores in Gurgaon have stocked my book and show it prominently.
I'll make sure of that.
Yeah. Please do
Promise.
that. Thank you so much.
Can I request you for something? Can I request you for something before you go?
Of course you can.
I would like to send you my book. I just want you to just have a look at it. Just give it. Just go through it and just whatever, if you have the time to read it. Even if you don't, right. I just want to send it to you.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please do send it to me. It's Beach House Park in Juhu. Just send it.
Yeah.
I
will.
Thank you
so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Look, bye. Now let me ask to speak Harman.
Hi, sir.
Harman, how are you?
Very good afternoon. I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Where are you, Harman?
I'm from Chandigarh and
And you're
currently I'm
speaking
at
from.
my home. I'm speaking from Chandigarh.
Okay, how lovely, how lovely. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, firstly, for ordering my book in the pre order stage and reading all about my life. Were there many things that you didn't know about me that were in the book?
Yes, sir. I would like to tell you what I felt after reading your book. Earlier, I was a
Please.
fan of your dazzling personality and especially your voice. But after you reading your book, I've become a fan of your honesty. You have written with so much honesty, and what I admire about you more even now is that you love so much. You loved every woman in your life with so much dignity, and you also
Right.
cherished being loved.
Yes, yes. It's been a
You
constant
always loved
search. Yeah.
wholeheartedly. You have always loved
Yes.
wholeheartedly. And the way you have written about your inner emotions while dealing with different situations is portrayed so beautifully in the book. I felt so
Yes.
connected while reading.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I have always had a need for companionship, of sharing my life with the woman that I love, which is why I, I, I always got married. I could have just been a single man and did what I want, but that need for marriage and continuity in relationships was always there. Some things don't work out. Some things don't reach the culmination that they're meant to reach. But I remained friends with my ex-wives, and I finally found a wonderful wife in Parveen. Dusanj is also a Punjabi girl,
Yes, sir.
and that brought great happiness to my life. So yes, you're very right. I've always had a need for companionship, for love, for sharing my life, and this sharing my life is what I've done in my book with all those who take the trouble to buy my book and read it, because they enter my life, they enter my journey, they enter my emotions, they enter what I felt like in all those moments, and I've shared them like you said, as honestly as I could. Because the only way you will know what I went through is if you feel the emotions that I went through. And that happens, and that's why my book is called The Emotional Life of an Actor. I've told it in emotional terms, not just facts, you know. But I'm glad
So,
your image of
would
me
you like to give?
changed. Sorry?
No, it's the same. Your voice is still the same.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
I would want you to give me any love advice.
Any advice on love?
Yes.
Yes, be very careful who you choose to love. Because you know what happens is, and also who you choose to marry. Because often we fall in love. And when we fall in love, we lose a lot of judgment, because we think, oh, his mistakes are cute, he'll get better, I'll change him, etc. But try and do something so that when you fall in love and want to marry somebody, you have a checklist to go back to and say, does he fit this list that I made when I was not in love? Whatever way you do, be very careful with who you choose to spend the rest of your life. And be very careful with every relationship you are in, because every relationship has a very deep effect on your life. And
That's
so,
true.
if you choose your partners with care, half your problems in life will be solved. And if you choose what you want to do with the rest of your life, the other parts of your problem will be solved if you decide to make those two decisions correctly. So be very careful with both, and do what makes your heart sing in both cases.
And so thank you so much for making me blessed and making me here. I'm so happy
Thank
to
you.
talk
God
to
bless
you
you. Yes,
personally.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Meenu. Harman, I will look forward to, I'll remember our conversation.
So one thing, I forgot to say one thing. So you are the most humble personality I've ever met. What makes you so humble?
I don't know. I guess my with Guru Baba Nanak's teaching of service to others and tolerance and compassion and kindness, that's been part of my life. Buddhism teaching me the impermanence of everything and the need to have compassion for everyone, that has remained with me. Ultimately we're all in the same boat. Kindness is so important, and just being humble is so, but not false humility. Genuine caring for other people, that's the real treasure. So always be kind to people. It doesn't cost anything, but it means a lot. It'll get you a lot. All the
So
best to
thank you
you.
so much talking to me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Now can I speak to Sara? Sara Akhtar.
Hi, good evening. How are you
Hi,
doing?
Sara. Hi, Sara.
Hi,
How
good
are you?
evening.
Very well, very
I'm
well.
doing well, thank you. Yeah.
So do you pronounce your name Sara or Sarah?
It's Sarah, but
Sara.
yeah,
Oh,
it's Sarah.
okay. And where are you speaking to me from?
I'm based in Bangalore, and
Bangalore.
I'm currently at home. Yeah.
Well, Sara, thank you so much for pre-ordering my book. Means that you were interested in knowing more about my life. And thank you for reading the book, and congratulations on being here from among the many that had qualified but didn't make it. Tell me, what was your favorite part in my book? Any particular bit that jumped out at you?
Yes, actually, the first page. I mean, you mentioned the government has scheduled an interview with the Beatles, and I worked in the media industry. I worked in a channel as well. So when I
Okay,
saw that line, I quickly related, because there have been situations where we have to quickly think what to do next, so that we're
right,
able to
right,
put together the work. So there's a
right.
lot of scenarios professionally that I was able to relate to, and I think it's very courageous of you to be able to share all of this with the world. It's not easy to, I mean, with friends and family, it's easy to speak to, but then sharing it with the world, I think it's difficult. But you did great.
Well, it's difficult, but it was necessary, because if I didn't tell my truth the way I saw it, then who was going to do it? And
Right.
at this stage in my life, I can look back, and say that, yes, I did great things, but I also had traumatic moments, and I want to share those, whether those were heart-wrenching setbacks or whether they were extraordinary recognitions that I got. Whatever, I just share it all. So it was sort of, this is my story, this is my truth. Whether you like it or not, I'm telling it to you, and I hope you respect the spirit in which I tell it to you. So let me ask you, sir, before you read the book, you had a certain image of me. After you read the book, did anything change?
Honestly, every individual in their life goes through things, and they have a certain way of dealing with it. And you dealt it in a way which was appropriate for you. You managed it in the best way possible, trying not to hurt and trying to take care of everyone around you.
Yeah,
So,
always.
in terms of image, I think getting to know a little more detail as to how you took care of things, I think, yeah, that was really nice.
What are you working, Sarah?
Yes,
What profession are you in?
I work in the media industry. I manage a
You
media
mentioned that. You
investment
mentioned
agency
that.
right now.
Right, right, right. No, I've changed many professions, as you saw, from radio to advertising to
Yeah, that's
film
where I
to
was.
international film. And there has to be a certain fire in the belly that gets you the interviews you want, the meetings you want. And it's very important to be able to transform ourselves as the occasion rises. So I transformed my careers, but even within careers, there are ways of transforming yourself so you reinvent yourself in terms of what you're doing within that profession. Today, you can be a journalist. Tomorrow, you can be an editor. Third day, you can be a broadcaster. Who knows? There are various ways of reinventing yourself within this media. It's a fast-changing scenario. It's a whole new world out there, and you are the inheritors of this world. So make the most of it. I hope you. I wish you all success in your chosen endeavor, and I hope you grow from strength to strength in all you're seeking to do. And I hope you have a very fulfilling life.
Thank you so much. And I hope you too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sarah. I have to go now to Arpita, who is with us too. Arpita, there you are. Hello, Arpita.
Hi, sir. A very good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yeah,
Where are you speaking from? Where are you?
I'm from Hyderabad, which is in South India, in Telangana now. Okay, yeah. Okay. You've been here earlier?
Yes, there's a charity I represent called Care and Share.
Yes, I was. Yeah, tell me.
So there is money in Italy to take slum children and give them an education and take them from kindergarten up to university. And this is done in the Andhra and Telangana region around Hyderabad and Vijayawada, etc. So I have a special attachment to that place, and I've been to their centers. And I also shot a film with Balakrishna in Hyderabad.
Okay. Oh, I was pleasantly surprised. Actually, I saw about this a cause that you were associated with at the end of the book in the last. And I thought, where Italy and where Vijayawada, and it's a very strange connect. Yeah, I must say that it's been an exhilarating read. The book, it's like visually being transported, and having being a part of your journey, though we were not really present. It's so beautifully and so honestly written, like others mentioned.
Right.
It feels like I'm there in every episode of the journey that you mentioned in the book.
Well, thank you for that. That was my intention. I wanted to create scenes that made people feel they were there, they were sharing my journey with me. But tell me, what made you order my book? What impression did you have of me that made you order my book? Pre-order it, in fact.
Okay, so I don't remember where I saw it first. Maybe when I logged on to Amazon. I like reading books, and my daughter reads books and all. So I keep ordering books from Amazon. Earlier it was in brick and mortar stores, but now it's all online. And then this came up, and I read somewhere long ago when I was in teens that the universe is made up of stories, not atoms. And I really believe that. Yeah. And for a person who's had varied experiences, from what little I've heard and known professionally and personally, I thought it'll make a very good read. Good read in the sense, I'm someone who likes listening to others' stories and knowing what their perspective of life is, how they've responded to the situations that they had to face in their life.
Right.
Yeah. And I must say, as much as a public personality as one can be, bearing the soul is a very brave decision. And I think, as you mentioned to people who spoke before, you had to do it because everyone has their perceptions of, people. But if you want people to know what, it's not the perception, what the reality is versus the perception, I think, this had to come out.
Right. Was there a favorite chapter that you had in the book, or a favorite part, favorite something that you related to more than the other?
Oh, it's like if it were a fiction, then I would have probably picked a favorite. But it's someone's biography, so
Yes,
every part of their life is something that matters, teaches them something. So is it to a reader? You see a different
right.
persona of that
Hmm.
personality you're reading off in every chapter. So it's very hard, but I promised my daughter that I'll read to her the Revolution to Religion chapter in the age that she is. I thought your parents' chapter can be something that can be shared even to young kids and all, to
Yes, yes,
inspire
yes,
them.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's something.
Yes, it's
And
also a history of our struggle. History, it's the story of my parents. But really, even if they were not my parents, it's such a remarkable story that it needs to be
yes,
told because it talks about living life in a complete with just being true to your ideals and seeing where that takes you. Which is a whole different journey. And they both exemplified it, each in their own way. So I'm glad you chose to you wish to read that chapter to your daughter because
yeah,
she will gain a lot. She'll get a lot of understanding
yes,
of those times and those people and those ideals that people lived by
true.
in those times.
And it's also,
So,
I think, I don't know, for me, for a lot of people, that is one chapter probably not many would have known of you until they read this book. The other chapters, bits of parts of the chapters, people might have read and heard, but this is something which which has probably not been read by anyone earlier.
right, very true. Thank you for that, Arpita. I'm so glad we had this chat as my first meeting with readers, and hearing back from you is very important because critics have a different way of looking at things. Book clubs have a different way of looking at things, but to talk to people
True.
directly and to understand from all over India what all of you think and feel is important. It's touched me what you said, so thank you for that. And I thank
Thank you.
Gurmeet and Meenu and Harman and Sarah as well as you. Do we have Sonia with us? Sonia Randhawa at all? She said she may be on. Is Sonia with us? If she's not, then I say I must thank each one of you for taking the trouble to buy my book, be here for this wonderful occasion, share your thoughts with me, and make this an occasion that I certainly will remember, and I hope you too, because it's a special moment for me. And let's keep this as a memorable moment. And I just want you to know that all of you have my blessings for a wondrous and fulfilling life. Can everyone get on the screen, please, and hold up my book if you've got it? And then we can all have a picture together, holding up our respective books, and know that we shared this moment together, united by our book. Thank you, each one of you. Thank you for reading it. Thank you for being here. And thank you for everything you mean to me. My blessings to all of you.
Thank you so
Goodbye,
much,
good night,
Kabir.
and God
Thank
bless.
you so much.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.